Are in focus on Wall Street today. In addition to the Ferrari IPO, shares of Tesla remain under pressure after receiving a surprise thumbs down from Consumer Reports. Tesla shares are currently off by about 0.5% after tumbling 10% on Tuesday. Consumer Reports is pulling its recommendation for the Tesla Model S, citing reliability issues. Toyota has even bigger quality issues. It is recalling 6.5 million vehicles worldwide to fix power window switches that could catch fire. Lauren Fix, the car coach, joins me now from Lancaster, New York. And Lauren, I want to start with Ferrari. There's a lot of enthusiasm on Wall Street. What are their sales outlook? I mean, we've been hearing about the fact that luxury is starting to come under a little pressure. What about Ferrari?
Ferrari is not impacted by the economy whatsoever. People that purchase Ferraris either purchase them because they love them and they can afford them, or they're collectors. You know, when they just produced 40 of a new specific car, they don't have to put it out in the dealership and advertise like Ford and GM does. What they do is they just contact their previous owners, and the cars are typically sold when you're only building 40 of them within a couple days. And the prices can be very expensive, but the fact is these cars have significant value down the road. And people that own them love them.
Yeah, so the cars themselves are an investment vehicle, and now you can decide whether you think the shares are something you want to participate in. Well, Tesla, I want to move on to that. Also, sort of in that, not nearly in that same stratosphere, but this is something that sort of a higher-end consumer likes. One with the the environmental bend got such fantastic reviews, but now Consumer Reports changing its tune. What's going on here?
Well, I'm glad to actually finally hear that, because as an automotive journalist, and many of us in our industry have said, why is Consumer Reports saying this is a great vehicle when there are reliability issues? You can talk to owners, you can look online on these forums, and there's been problems with door handles and leaky sunroofs and the center stack with that big 17-inch screen failing or not working properly. And if you're even looking at the autonomous car, there are quite a few videos online where the car doesn't get it right. So, I mean, he has a double standard, and Tesla has always had that. And with the stock dropping almost 11.4% at the close of the bell yesterday, that's a huge message being sent to Tesla. The odd part of this double standard is people that own these vehicles, 97% of them, of the 1,400 people surveyed, said that they would buy the car again, even though it's unreliable. But unfortunately, the industry has some issues all the way around, and people just tend to buy the cars they love.
Well, that's the thing, because I guess they're figuring that, you know, it's sort of new. It's a new company. They're going to get it right. They're going to fix them. If we look at an established company like Toyota, I mean, the number of recalls that have gone on, you can't even keep track of them. And Toyota, the latest, this one, power windows. I mean, how serious is this?
Well, Toyota makes a great product. But the problem is when one little, now what's happened since unintended acceleration and GM ignition switches and Takata airbags, everybody's running scared. If there's even a minute possibility that ignition switch or that door switch could cause a problem, believe me, they're going to do an overarching recall. People, as consumers, are gotten very numb, at least here in the U.S., to hearing all these recalls. They're like, oh, if it applies to my car, they'll send me a letter. It's certainly not what it was maybe 20 years ago when you heard a recall and everyone was in a panic and an uproar. And the smart thing dealers are doing is when you bring your car in and it does have a recall, they said, you know what, that's an older car. Let us get you into a new vehicle. And so they're getting the sale out of that. It's bringing customers back to the dealers. So they're turning it around as a positive. So I give Toyota credit and GM, and that's why GM sales have been up.
Yeah, and I do want to talk about that second. While we discuss, I just want to let our viewers know we were talking about that enthusiasm for Ferrari. It has started trading on the New York Stock Exchange now. It opened up. They got that done pretty quickly as well, and it's already trading up 16. Yeah, 16% right now. So that rally that was expected seems to be happening. We'll see if they can add to that as they get momentum. So Ferrari open for trade, races the ticker up 16%. Very quickly on GM, Lauren, you mentioned that they had fantastic sales. They do seem to have moved on from that chapter. What's driving it? It seems to be all about trucks.
It's about trucks, and it's also about cars here in the U.S. The price of gas is down. Consumers are buying SUVs. Truck sales are up, and that's great for GM. They have new product. They're able to supply it. They're offering incentives. product is rolling off the shelves. They've got the new Colorado. It's available in a diesel. And people that need work trucks, this is a great answer to the problem. So with that, you're seeing sales improving, even though China sales aren't what they were supposed to be and European sales aren't what they thought they would be. But they're still at $1.4 billion in third quarter earnings. So that is really good for GM, and they're putting out more new product. They just launched the Chevy Bolt yesterday with some information on their battery power and their new focus and changing to electric vehicles.
Yeah, it's amazing. But we have certainly given everyone, no matter what price range you're in, something to think about today. Lauren Figgs, appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much. And again, Ferrari shares.